WGIS Labs.
Greetings, citizens. My name is William Merritt, and today you are watching and or listening to the WGIS Lab, the podcast. World's greatest improv school, WGIS, has started a new program called The Laboratory, where famous and beautiful teachers such as myself, William Merritt, or Billy, as my students like to call me, get together and come up with a new form. So tonight, or today, whenever you're listening to this, either in podcast form or on YouTube or on Twitch or wherever you might be seeing this, even Facebook, it's okay. I'm not going to judge you. You're going to see an improvised podcast. Now, that doesn't mean a podcast with improvisation in it. That means the entire podcast is improvised. Not only that, but you're not going to see one, but quite a few improvised podcasts tied all together within an improv form called the Ronde. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to meet the WGIS podcast players. I just made up that name. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. I know I left you outside. There you are. Look at you all. Look how excited you guys are. Lighten up. Okay, good. Awesome. Hey, Laura, could you give me, I'm going to get the suggestion. I got the suggestion ahead of time. The players do not know what it is. Laura, I want you to give me a number between 1 and 23.
13.
Oh, now I'm going to have to count to 13, and this will be our word to get going. 1, 2, 3, 4. I shouldn't count ahead of time. I should have had this. Oh, a nice, good, easy word. Pickles.
Oh.
Pickles.
Pickles.
Did I say that too loud?
Pickles.
Sorry.
It's brine from the seas. It's the brine from the seas, and you too can own a piece of the sea to drink in the mornings.
Fermentation process, the role of vinegar and other ingredients and the health benefits of fermented food. That's what we're discussing today because it's, kimchi from Korea. That's centuries. Sauerkraut from Germany. Tsukomomo from Japan. It's
on our running podcast today, we are going to talk about things that can hydrate you other than, like, say, water, Gatorade. Those are the obvious ones. But I like to drink pickle juice after my runs to really rehydrate.
Kid you not, I had to perform the Heimlich maneuver on Brad Pitt. Yeah, this was in public, in daylight. Everybody saw it. But yeah, I'm infamous for this now.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle pecker. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle peck. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
The challenge for people in that region was simply that the growing season was very, very short. And so what they had to do was set aside food in ways that emphasize preservation.
You're at the Renaissance Fair. It's boiling hot. All you need to cool down is an ice cold giant pickle. Where are you going to get it?
Grumpy.
There's a pickle guy.
Irritable
They
people,
got a pickle guy there.
Personality focused. That's what we want to do. How do we build on that? Right?
Peter Piper picked a peck
How
of
do we
pickled
get
peppers.
people
Peter Piper
to
picked
really
a peck of pickled peppers.
deal with
Salt.
being sour?
Peter
brine.
Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Productive
Peter
negativity
Can
And you
drive
can drink
you
it.
down
Worst thing
places.
ever.
It's really to cultivate a more positive
Very effective weapon.
That's what we're talking about here.
And
like
from
while running.
sour
And a pillowcase.
positive.
Thing other than caffeine.
You know, you get a lot of torque with that. You can do serious damage.
Depending on the creators
We're
and
talking about
schools where they
weapons,
want
to
to
just
move from.
home goods.
Hey, welcome back to Pirates with Peter. Talking about movie pirates. The Pirates with Peter. I think we're on episode 105. Yes, engineer Cody is telling me episode 105. Katya, we're back.
Ah!
Arr.
Arr!
Could I tell you something?
Yeah.
Did you know this practice of saying "R" as a pirate, no historical basis. It came from a movie in the 1920s. And
That-
it was an affectation on screen.
Peter, I'm so glad you brought this up today. You know, as the local Minnesota expert on pirates, I know
That's right.
that is not one of the things that pirates were saying back in the day in the local Minnesota area. No.
Wait, you know this?
Oh.
First
Yeah.
hand. Wait, Katya, from first. I'm getting a sense of like from firsthand experience, perhaps.
Well, you know, my great great grandfather was a navigator, seaman of Viking descent who came down to the Minnesota plain regions. Very strange because we know that, you know, the pirates really loved water, but he was an expert in pirate language. And that's what I can bring to you today. Yeah.
Forgive me. Do you have visions of these things?
I see basically how the pirates came. You know what? The way actually I channel my pirate history is through tongues.
Through tongues?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try. Do you mind if I try something?
Absolutely.
Here. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, yeah. No, that makes sense.
Ladon Jean Redon. That is a pirate phrase.
Engineer Cody is giving me the hand signal, and we'll go to. Thank you, Cody. Be right back with more, and we will go to commercial now.
Lado Jean.
Okay.
Here at Talk Like a Pirate Linguistics School, we will prepare you for National Talk Like a Pirate Day. We promise by the time you finish our 17-week course, you'll be saying Jean la rue de libre, but you will never say R.
Pentecostal Church is a welcoming place for everyone. Please come to 528 Main Street on Sunday at 11 a.m. We would love to see you.
All right, and welcome back to the podcast, Things I Found at the Back of My Cupboard. Today's guest, Peter, we've been rooting around through your bits and bobs, and you've found some interesting discoveries, haven't you, Peter, at the back of your cupboards?
Oh, yes. And may I say, I am a long-time listener of Things I Found at the Back of My Cupboard.
No, it's just
what
a little
pleasant listen. I go about my Sunday morning and I say to myself, what would be a nice sort of background? And my, oh my, so delightful as I'm going about my business in the mornings, tidying up and digging through the cupboards and moving the various skulls.
Yes.
Skulls and alien artifacts. So
yes, you have found quite a treasure trove, I believe, Peter. You were saying alien skulls, artifacts. It sounds like you're a proper, if I dare say, an Indiana Jones of some sort.
Oh no! I'm sorry. Could I? I take a little bit of offense at Indiana Jones.
I'm so sorry. I retract that.
A little bit. No, that's okay. That's okay. It was a little bit of anyway. There was something that occurred, and but in any case, alien artifacts. Let's go there. Okay.
Absolutely. Yes.
I
don't wish to pry because obviously, it is very exciting to have someone who's actually listened to the things I found at the back of my cupboards. Could you tell us a bit more about these alien artifacts or UFOs?
Oh, sure. Yes. So the alien artifacts that I found, it largely was from my childhood as a boy in Indiana.
Okay.
Again, please.
No.
Refrain from. No, but I thought you might have. I kind of thought I sensed something. So.
I mean, it was right there. It was right there. I was thinking it, but
well, okay. Let's just get it out then.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Look, yes, you said alien artifacts, and of course we do know that the fourth Indiana Jones film did involve crystal skulls of alien. Sorry, I didn't want to bring it up. I didn't want to bring it up.
Oh no, gotcha journalism. I understand the kind of thing we're doing here. Okay, the fourth Indiana Jones film, the fourth one, right?
Yes, the Temple of the Crystal Skulls,
Right.
which may or not be aliens.
And let's say there's a refrigerator in that.
Mm-hmm.
Can't we?
Yes, I believe there's a whole scene about it, yes.
Oh, my family develops refrigerators, and I suffered quite a loss, thanks in large part to that movie.
Oh gosh, well, I'm so sorry to hear that your trauma was played out for entertainment purposes. That is definitely not something that we do here on things that we find at the back of your cupboards.
Okay, well, maybe we can get back to the other thing. It's okay.
Okay.
I'll be all right.
Sure. And these artifacts, you said they found them in childhood. I wondered if you could go into a little bit of detail about them, please.
Yes, well, I was crawling through a junkyard and I encountered a white object with its door slightly ajar.
Right.
And inside of that, there was a glowing orb. And I approached this white object that was used for. Oh, okay. Go ahead. No, it's all right. Go ahead.
No, sorry. It's just you talking about magical artifacts that have maybe some sort of symbolic significance. And then you talked about, just before we came onto air, talking about some sort of grail type thing. Look, you sound like you find these things for a living and you just stuff them at the back of your cupboards. This is just fascinating.
Okay, again, if I may, using one's life for entertainment purposes, it's just, it's a bit traumatic, you know. Do I write words on the back of my eyelids? Sometimes. Do I like to wear a whip now and then? Sometimes. Okay, and does my family build refrigerators that could be ballistic? Sometimes, but it's a bit reductive.
Yeah. You know what? I appreciate Peter, but maybe we should take this conversation off air just so we're on the same page. No. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. And we will be right back after these messages for things you find at the back of your cupboards. Thank you.
Paul Atreides wanted to just have a regular summer, like a regular teenager. Too bad he's the son of a space duke, and his cousins, the Harkonnens, got a different plan for him. What's going to happen? Find out. Dune Part 2 is coming out this summer. Looks like he's going to be riding the worm.
Oh, so sorry. Okay, we're on there. Okay. Welcome to the Car Babe, where you call in and we diagnose your car based on the sound. So with me, I have Fiona.
Hello. Yes. Hi.
And I just learned from you 5 seconds ago that the cars in where you're from in the UK have accents. They don't sound the same as American cars.
No, they have regional sort of like horn type sounds. Yeah, like parp, or depending on where you're from.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
You are such a good like audio person. So I'm gonna take the first call. They're just gonna like say their name and make the sound, and we're gonna see if we could diagnose what's wrong with their car.
Oh, I see. So we're going to listen to the. Sorry, we're listening to the sound, and then we're going to say what's wrong with. Okay, I understand. Not
keep
we
making
make
sounds.
Oh, I keep making sounds. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because your sounds are different than American sounds. Okay.
Oh, I can of course. Yeah.
Caller number 1. Okay, you're on the air. You're on the air.
Hi. Yeah. I'm calling in from Syracuse, New York, and
what's your name?
My name is John Joe.
Hi, John. Welcome to the show.
Hi. I got this car and it's really old. And it's a Lotta, and it's making this sound like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's not even perceivable to the human ear. Can you one more time, Fiona? Should we? You got it?
I think I got it. Yeah. Like a,
Okay.
I think that's what I got. I picked up some notes of like sort of high. I think you need to check your belt. I think the belt is what you need to be checking. I mean, that's my personal opinion. I'll hand it over to Hill.
Okay. Well, I think belt, yes, belt, and you probably want carburetor belt, fan belt, right? That was a fan belt.
Why not both? Why not both? Just in case,
right.
you know.
Okay. Next caller. We have time for one more. Okay. Hi. Welcome to the car, babe.
I have a brand new car, and when I tried to unlock it with the the little clicker, it just instead of going like ding ding ding, it goes ding. It just goes. Yeah.
I think this is an easy one, right, Fiona? This one's easy.
I think have you asked politely if you can go into the car? Because sometimes they get a little bit angsty that if you just take them for granted. So I just think maybe just have a conversation with that car, and please goes a long way. And it certainly opens a lot of doors for me.
Yes. And please or thank you, and then check the battery on your remote, and then you'll probably be able to get in your car.
If in doubt, check the battery. Yes.
Yeah, right. Well, Fiona, thank you, caller, and Fiona. It has been so nice having you here today on the car, babe. And please come back another time. You've been just lovely, lovely.
It's nice to drive on the other side of the road,
isn't it? Oh, you're so funny.
You're listening to the Pirates, Wheels, and Your Closet Network. We got a special deal for you today. You can get any whip from our closet discounted at 10%. Just use the discount code Pirate Wheel Closet, and you'll get a special whip, pirate-like style, delivered by tomorrow, ASAP.
Sweat is a real thing, and if you need your pits to be dry, just buy one of our tubes, and if you add 3 tubes, then we send you a 4th one free. Tubes.com.
Welcome to the podcast, The World's Worst Gardens, where we talk about things that are inedible from our gardens unless we pickle them. So welcome my guest today, Hill Kane. They are the world's expert on gardening and specifically terrible gardens.
Well, thank you so much, Laura. I am from Texas, and as all y'all know, we pickle just about everything because we have horrible gardens in the Lone Star State. We're terrible, just terrible.
Yeah. So is it like a generational thing? Like your ancestors just like didn't teach you good skills, or is it the soil? Like what's the deal?
I just think that is such a good question, so thoughtful, and I have been giving that some thought because the pre-interview questions were sent to me, but I think it's because we just focused way too long on cattle, and we just focused on cattle. We have Wagyu beef that is almost as good as that of Japan, but we just kind of neglected our gardening and our gardening skills. So that explains it, because it's corn. We just grow corn and cows, and you can't pickle corn. Can you? Can you pickle corn?
Oh my goodness, we should try. Maybe you could pickle cows. Can you pickle like beef? Like, would that be?
I pickled a tongue once. That was pretty good.
Oh, okay.
And I pickled an egg, which came from the chickens that live next to the cows.
Perfect. So I'm learning you can pickle pretty much anything you want.
That is my theme. You can pickle anything you want in it. It won't kill you because all the vinegar and salt, it like takes out anything that's toxic. So it may not taste very good, but it will not kill you.
But it won't kill you. And, in our society's food desert, we're getting closer and closer to not being able to feed our world's population. That's important. How do we pickle things to not kill you? I mean, what else could we pickle? I mean, maybe things that aren't even edible today. Like if you pickled shoe leather, would you be able to eat it?
I don't know, and I just want to apologize for using my fake Texas accent, and I'm apologize if I offended any Southerners. I'm sorry. I just I just wanted to come clean on air live with you, and thank you for letting me speak my authentic truth, and but I do stand by that you can pickle anything and it will not kill you.
Here on the Worst Garden podcast, we do not condone fake accents or fake pickling or fake anything. We are so sorry that we have let on this guest who has lied to us all. We did not know. I'm going to have to collect myself. We're going to have to go to a commercial break.
I'm sorry.
Paul Atreides had thought he'd found a regular new spice to add to his round things that he uses for cooking. Turns out it was a space spice, and once the worms get involved, and his cousins, the Harkonnens, they have other plans for him. Looks like this summer is going to get a little crazy. It's Dune Part 2, starring Timothy Chalamet and Josh Brolin, now on IMAX.
You're listening to the Pirates Wheels Closet podcast. Free Pirate Whip or a 10% discount with code Pirate Wheel Closet.
So I'm really excited to have you on today. Welcome, listeners, back to the Delicatessen Fan Podcast. We are talking today about Park Deli on Regent Street in Port Chester, New York, and we are here with the biggest Park Deli fan. What is it that you love so much about Park Deli?
Pastrami. Sorry.
Pastrami is wonderful, but you can get pastrami at just about any deli in the tri-state area. So what is it about Park Deli's pastrami?
Well, it's really expensive. And so I assume that because it's expensive, it's good. I am
do you assume that Katz's Delicatessen is also good?
Yeah.
Even though you have to wait in line and they try to take all your money if you lose your ticket, like if the waiter takes it away and then he throws it in the garbage and then you have to pay $40 for a sandwich. You think that's good pastrami? You think that's good delicatessen?
Yeah, I mean it has to be, right? I mean, people wouldn't wait in line for nothing. Like I don't have many of like my own opinions of things. I usually just like base my opinion on the behavior of others.
Do you wait in line outside of Magnolia Bakery or for that? Oh, you do. Oh,
for hours.
Oh boy. Yeah. Joe, I thought that we were getting some real fans on today. What's happening? This is
we had to pivot. We had to pivot last minute. So this is my sister-in-law, and we had to pivot last minute.
Oh yeah, it's funny because her name Laura doesn't match the name on my clipboard. And I would really like to be more organized moving forward.
Look, I am a real fan. I take great offense to that, especially because like I am doing you a favor on your crappy podcast about talking
it's not
about
that bad. I started this podcast to talk about how much I love Boar's Head honey turkey, and I stand by that.
That's a terrible theme for a podcast, and I'm only doing you this favor because of your sound technician is my brother-in-law, and I just.
Or I'll talk to you about a game night.
Okay.
Listen. Okay. Are there any other products at Park Deli that you like, Laura?
All of them, the cheeses, all of the cheeses.
And even the cheddar that comes in those little wax, the cheap cheddar.
Yeah, especially the cheap cheddar.
Wait, but you said
And
you
the
like
cheese,
things.
the cheese whiz too.
Oh, cheese. Okay. So one of the things that I love about Park Deli is how much care they take with the sandwiches when they're preparing them, and how each layer serves a distinct purpose. You know that the onions are always sliced thinly enough so that you're not getting a big mouthful of crunchy onion, and you're not going to smell like onion afterwards. And and when they put the vinegar and the oil on the sandwich, it's always just the right amount. And you know that the guy Jack there.
Oh
You
yeah.
know that, yeah. And he's really good at, like, when he makes a sandwich and he's cutting into the bread, and it's just it's almost like an erotic experience.
Yeah. I could watch him cut that bread all day.
Now we're connecting. I feel like
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Although I guess you're just repeating the opinion that I stated, aren't you? That's okay. Yeah. You know what? We're gonna cut to a commercial. I gotta go. Joe, I don't think I can do this anymore. I'm sorry. This is not.
Need more excitement in the bedroom? Get your 10% off at a Pirate Whip, listening to the Pirate Wheels Closets Network. That's 10% off, code Pirate Wheel Closet.
Tube socks, bicycle tubes, tubes.com. All your tube needs, come to tubes.com.
Welcome to That's Not Fair, the podcast where we talk nothing but Renaissance fairs. I'm your podcast host, Hopper, and I'm very excited on That's Not Fair.
Hopper, I'm so sorry. Your guest just is coming into the studio now. If we could get Sabrina. Sabrina, can you? There she is. Thank you.
It's okay. Yeah, I'm very excited to have my special guest today, Sabrina, here. We are, I know all my That's Not Fair podcast listeners are very excited for today's episode because we are diving deep into LARPing. We're going to be digging deep, and Sabrina happens to be particularly fond of LARPing, and we're going to be reviewing all the fairs and what they offer from a LARPing perspective.
Okay, so I guess the first thing that people need to know if they're not LARPers is that LARP stands for live action role play.
Oh, I don't think we need to define that, Sabrina. Thanks. Yeah, everybody here on That's Not Fair definitely knows. But
I'm just trying to start with the basics.
Sure. Thank you.
So my favorite part of LARPing is honestly the costuming. You really get to focus on historicity and making sure that what you're wearing is fabric wise, even, right down to the weave, is historically accurate.
Absolutely. And so for our beginning segment, let's talk top five. Let's talk top five fairs across the country. Let's begin with number one. Who's number one? Who has the best LARPing?
Number one.
Oh, I gotta say, it's you might think that I'm a weirdo for this, but it's Meadowlands.
Meadowlands, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number two.
Whoa, easy there. That's a bit quick. Let's get into Meadowlands.
Yeah, Meadowlands. I know it's very commercialized. It's the most mainstream, but when you're there, you really do feel like you're watching people jousting in real life. Like it feels legit.
It does. Yeah. Save for the fact that they are riding motorcycles. I'm not sure why they allow that. Yeah, it is a very commercial.
I mean, that is a problem, but I don't know if you've noticed that the food is, like, the concessions are really great. Those turkey legs.
Yes.
yeah.
The mutton,
Mhm.
delicious.
Mutton is good. Yeah, very good. Very good.
Okay. Let's go with number 2 now.
Number 2.
Yeah, number 2, I am going with Disney.
Disney. Now
Disney.
that's shocking.
I
That's a
know,
surprise.
I
I think that's going to come as
know.
a surprise to our
Number 3.
God, it's just
I,
on the buttons.
just do you want me to
Yeah,
rush
let's
through it?
let's stick with Disney.
Yeah. Oh, we stick with Disney. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, Disney has a very, very small fair, a Renaissance fair at Epcot. Did you know that?
I did know that, but I don't know that
Yeah.
our listeners would have known.
They have. I mean, it's not. It's like you walk past it, you think you would just miss it. It's very tiny.
Number 4.
Good God.
We didn't
Sorry,
get-
we're having
didn't
lots
get
of
to-
technical issues today.
Okay. So yeah, it was just it's right next to the German village, and I don't know if you've had their schnitzel. But
If
that
you think
stuff
it's butter, but it's not, it's chiffon.
Okay, we're having some serious technical problems here. I'm just going to take a pause. We're going to go to
Number
commercial.
5.
Jesus, this is the That's Not Fair podcast. I'm your host, Hopper, and we've got Sabrina today. We're discussing LARPing. We'll be right back after this message.
Number
Paul Atreides was an only kid, but now he's got a little baby sister on the way. Turns out she's matured beyond her years in the womb due to imbibing the water of life. And when his cousins the Harkonnens get involved, things get really crazy. Dune Part 2 in theaters this spring. See it on the biggest screen possible.
Flies in the kitchen, mosquitoes in the backyard. You're listening to the Pirates Wheels Closet Network. You might need a pirate whip. Get 10% off on a pirate whip. That's discount code Pirate Wheels Closet.
Okay, we're back on financial intervention. I'm talking to Hopper, and we're going over. I'm looking at your this. You can't spend this much money every year on just going to Renaissance fairs, do you? Seriously?
I do. It's my hobby. It's also a little bit of a side business I run.
No.
I know.
You have student loans. You're not making payments on your student loans.
They're my dreams, though. It's my dreams.
Go to
You can't put a
one.
pri-
Go to
you can't-
2 Renaissance fairs. You're going to. It looks like you're going to a Renaissance fair every month.
At least.
Seriously.
Yeah, at least. I would say I'm averaging probably 16 Renaissance fairs a year.
Yeah.
Can you put a
think that's
price on your dreams? I don't think you can put a price on your dreams.
You can. I'm looking at the price, and I'm telling you that it's too high. You're going to get your car repossessed.
I don't need a car.
How are you going to get to the Renaissance fair? You're going to
By horse.
really? Seriously? You know how expensive horses are? You can't afford a horse. You
I
can't
didn't-
afford a horse. It's more expensive than a car.
I did not realize that. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
That's unfortunate.
It eats food. You have to pay for a stable. You have to take care of it. You can't have a horse.
All right. Okay. Maybe if I stop drinking lattes, if I cut back on lattes, is that going to give me enough room for the fairs?
You're gonna
And
have
for
to
the
stop.
loans?
You're gonna have to stop buying lattes. You're gonna have to stop buying swords. You are going to have to stop buying puffy pants. Seriously.
I need those. I can't wear the same pants to each fair. I'll look ridiculous.
You spent $5,000 on cod pieces last year. Okay, this can't go on like this.
Do you have any idea how rare those are? There's
No.
maybe
I don't care.
There's like 2 blacksmiths.
I'm trying
in the
to help
whole
you.
country.
Okay, we got to go to commercial. I can't deal with this.
Oh.
This Sunday, come to the Spice Rack, where wrestlers from all the way from sour all the way to sweet are going to be competing for your votes. We've got Pickle Man, we've got Five Spice, we've got Tarragon, and of course our villain, as always, just sea salt. Whoever uses sea salt, come down to the Spice Rack to have the ultimate wrestling of all time, and you vote for your favorite spice.
Get a pirate whip today. Welcome to the podcast In the Brine, where we talk about different uses of brine, where brine is really just saline salt water. And we talk about all of its uses in its scientific form. Here with us, we have a Ryan Casey, who we found out today. We're going to talk about healthcare. We found Ryan standing outside of Stanford Hospital. And Ryan seems like a real expert in all things medical.
Sure.
And so, Ryan, I want you to introduce yourself and talk a little bit today about the use of saline solutions in the healthcare industry. All right. And your expertise in that at Stanford Hospital.
I was just visiting a friend at the hospital. I don't really know. I don't know much about saline. Sorry. There must have been some confusion. I was just standing outside of the.
I know, but we met and you were like nice to me, and this is my first podcast. And
no, I'm happy to help out.
I mean, just tell me something about like healthcare in general.
It's expensive. Our healthcare system is kind of broken. I mean,
yeah.
My friend was just getting just an ingrown toenail out, so it wasn't a big deal. I had lunch. I had a club sandwich.
Was there saline in any part of that?
I don't think so. Your podcast is just about saline?
Well, it's about salt in general.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I love salt.
Yeah. You think it's got a big part in like the healthcare industry?
I think so. Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, I think it really does. I think they use it for saline. They use that. They have that. They have that at the hospital. I think I saw some in there. I saw some in there.
For your friend, maybe for the toe and everything.
Could be. They could have. They might have. They probably did. Probably, yeah. Yes, they did. I know that he said that they did. He said they use saline. Mm-hmm. This is really good.
That's
really
so
good
great.
podcast.
That's so great, Ryan.
I'm having fun. Yeah, this is
so
great.
Great. You know what, Ryan? This has been so awesome. I'm so glad I met you outside of the hospital.
I'm happy for you.
Thanks. We're going to, since this is part of like a bigger network and stuff.
It is?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's a lot of listeners. We're in a...
Okay.
Yeah.
And the alien.
Do you spend a lot of money? How's the financial?
If you think it's butter, but it's not, it should
a lot of
fall.
money on saline.
I'm
concerned.
Down to Denny's Army surplus.
A little concerned with
Inflation's Denny's.
Consider yourself in a survey. So,
safety
like,
and
why
medical
don't you
and
just
I am Denny can be expensive.
Yeah.
Visit me on
that
Main
much,
and
like,
6th
it's not gonna be that
Avenue.
smart.
All sorts of things.
Become
Prepping for the Armageddon, you need to canned goods, food.
And that's the podcast show. Congratulations, everybody. Good job. Excellent. Everybody take a bow. Everybody pop up and take a bow. Those of you at home who are listening and or watching, if you're interested in doing something like this, go to WGIS, World's Greatest Improv School website. They have classes and shows 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There isn't a time you can't find to be funny in that place. It's a place. It's brick and mortar now, so we're very happy. We're going to go in the back and do notes. I guess that's what we do. We have 3 more shows. I would say this time next week, but I think it's open at any time. You can just, the link that you found the show at today, come back to it in a week. You'll find another one. Oh, man, I was doing so good. All right, everybody wave goodbye. Everybody wave goodbye. And I'm going to push this.
This podcast was directed and produced as part of World's Greatest Improv School's Labs program, also known as WGIS Labs. For more information about our improv school and programs, see WGImprovschool.com.